before I have to say it. All right, check it out. Today we're looking at the X24 by Sceptre. This is a very, very nice 24-inch LCD panel. It's got some really, really nice specs, especially a really fast response time, and it's going to make it especially good for gamers. If you want to play some games, those really fast response times and those really fast refresh rates are important because they give you, they cut down that latency between the moment where you click something, you click your mouse and you fire your weapon, or you move something, and when you see it on the screen, it's going to actually go faster, and that gives you a little bit more accuracy, and it makes you play a little tiny bit better, and it's important. Now, these Scepters are actually at a really good price point, making them very affordable, but the specs that you get from them are absolutely incredible for the amount of money you're paying. So let's talk about those real quick. Now, first of all, it is a 24-inch panel diagonal, but it's 1920 by 1080p resolution, so it is a 16:9 aspect ratio. That means that if you play a high-def video or DVD or anything like that, and it's a widescreen, it's going to come out, filling up the entire screen. You're not going to get letterboxes on the top or on the sides. It's 16:9, which is basically your high-def television aspect ratio versus the regular one that most monitors are, which is 16:10. That's where you'd get maybe 1920 by 1200. Instead, you're getting 1920 by 1080p, and that gives you the 16:9. Now, on top of that, 300 CDM square panel, so a 300 nit panel, very, very bright. You're in a bright room, you have a backlight behind you or a window, or if you're in a room with lots of natural lighting, you're still going to see it. It's also matte fronted, so it's not glossy. You're also not going to get that reflection, so it's very good as far as that's concerned. The fact that it's very bright and that it's matte is going to make sure that you actually see it all the time, even with lots of bright lights. Like right now we're in the studio, there's really big bright lights all around me, and you can see up here, you see that bright white light right there, but it's still shining through, so it's doing a really good job of being very bright and being matte. Oops, I turned it off. And that's, again, very important. It's also good for your workflow. It's going to give you more precise colors. It might not be the brightest, most saturated popping colors with the flat panel, but it is going to give you, definitely going to give you advantage as far as accuracy and being able to see exactly what the color is like. Now, on top of all of that, viewing angles on this display are 160 degrees, both for the vertical axis and the horizontal axis. That means that if you're looking at it from the side, you begin to lose the detail and the clarity at about 160 degrees, which for me is about 160 degrees would be about right here. It's going to be the same angle from the top. So if I'm looking up at it, about 160 degrees off of 180 is when you're going to start seeing the clarity and the detail fade away. 4,000:1 contrast ratio is very, very high for a display like this. That basically means that let's say on an image like, I don't know, there's not very much black in this image, but stuff that's dark, you're going to be very, very black. You're not going to see a lot of the back panel lighting through, so things are going to be very black, and then the whites are obviously going to be very bright. Basically, the contrast ratio is the ratio between the brightest whites and the darkest blacks, and that gives you that number. So that's also very impressive. Now, let's talk a little bit about connectivity. I want to show you what's on the back of this. Hopefully I don't pull any cables out. But starting from over here, you have multiple ways of inputting video into this. Right now, I'm currently using the HDMI cord, and actually, it will transfer audio over. This does have a couple 2-watt speakers built in, and those will give you basic audio if you don't want to have speakers. But if you don't want to use the HDMI, you also have your traditional VGA, as well as an input for the sound on that, as well as a DVI over here, so you can definitely input with a DVI cable. The only thing on the other side of this thing is a power cord right over here, and that's basically it. The speakers on this monitor are actually in here. So that is where the sound is going to be coming from. They are, they're decent. They're good for system sounds and for simple, simple sounds on your computer. But if you want to listen to music, I recommend you get some bigger speakers. Also, you'll notice that the stand does allow you to swivel the screen. So if you can see it from the side, you get about that much total that you can articulate it facing up. And then if you want to go flat right there and then down just a little bit down, that's going to make it a little bit more comfortable. Put it in the right direction so it faces you and you're also comfortable. It can also kind of shift right and left, and that's due to this little ball socket that's down here at the bottom. It does give you a little bit of adjustability on that axis, but not too much. It does not have height adjustment, but that's okay and is to be expected. So there you have it. Very nice. I love the trim. Looks great. Great stand. Incredible specifications, and for the money you're going to pay, it's a great deal. If you want to get a couple of monitors like these, a couple 24 1080p panels is going to work really nice, really good for gaming. The fast response time, great specifications, 3,000:1 contrast ratio, 2 ms response time. Very, very nice panels. They are the Sceptre X24s, and pretty nice monitor. I like them a lot. If you're in the market, check them out. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I'll see you guys next time. For more information on the Sceptre X246W G24-inch widescreen LCD monitor, type in S197-2410 into any major search engine. For Computer TV, I'm Albert.
Yeah.